Yo, shout out to the fam, man. It's your boy Swab Boss. You already know, man. Let me bring these videos up. Give me a second. Make sure y'all can hear me. Make sure the audio good. Let me know. Told you I was coming back, man. Just now, of course, I've been. Well, let me let people get in here first, man. Just hit that button, and we on it. We on it. Open link another tab. Open the link another tab. Hit the like button, please. Astro in the building. Already know. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. I got a link. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. Shout out to Yeti Black. Already know. Already know. And let me view it on YouTube so I can post it in the chat. Let me hit audio. Oh, my audio sound crazy. Hold on. Let me see if I can fix my audio. What mic you got me on? Audio. Let me see what audio I'm on. Hold on. Angelica Diallo. I was just telling my sister about you the other day. I'm sure it was. She's trying to start her line of teas that combat depression and stress and anxiety and certain things like that, sleeplessness and stuff. And she's getting it up pretty much. And I said I know somebody who know what they're doing when it comes to running a store from the ground up. So I wanted to put her in touch with you. If that's all good. I appreciate y'all stopping through though. Yeah, so basically this strain, if y'all haven't heard, they found evidence of structures up under the pyramid. This is stuff that we've been saying for a long time, stuff that I've been saying on my channel, put my neck out there. Um, and also there was um, a study on light and how they froze light and some other shit. So yeah, let me just make sure. I'm really just trying to get my audio because when I listen to it, it sounds like it's an echo. Maybe if I use my AirPod. Okay, okay. So, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Does that sound better? Okay. All right. I guess that's as good as it fucking gets. Hit that like button for me. Um, okay. That's it. Yeah. So shout out to everybody, man. Come through. That's just what it is. Yeah. I've been, anticipating my own return. Um, back to Kings are yeah, shout out to City. But yeah, been up anticipating my own return back to YouTube, just having stuff to talk about, put the link out there. Okay, bet. Shout out to you. And just get the room going back, just get the channel going back, just get the conversations back. Cause there's been a whole bunch of bullshit. Really ain't nothing changed. They just like the same things that frustrated me before. I just think you gotta sit back, let time do what time do. And she said Tangier, of course. Shout out Tangier. And yeah. So I see like shout out to Blue, because I'm still subscribed to him. So every now and then, like Psychopathia channel will pop up, and Sullivan's Debate League will pop up. And I haven't really listened to Sullivan's Debate League, but I listen to Psychopathia. But it's just there's no person conversations. There's no conversations that actually do it. So like now that I know I got a spinning wheel with that man. I hope everything good. So now that certain things have popped up about the pyramids, I just want to go back and touch on that. And yeah, I suck at actually like archiving. Okay, hold on. My computer is having difficulties. Hold on. Okay. Are we good? I think we still good. It's just moving slow as hell. I really should have restarted my computer before I started. That's really what I like doing. Just restart my computer and it kind of reboots and get everything up out of there. Okay. So if I may, cause I ain't gonna lie, like I get my a lot of my initial news from like World Star. Cause World Star, if something happen, World Star gonna catch that shit. World Star gonna catch that shit. So this is the story. Trying to present it. I might have to restart my computer. I might have to bear with me for real because I keep getting this spinning wheel and I might as well just go ahead and fucking do what I gotta do. Restart it. Okay, so and I'm reading this with y'all. I haven't like gotten to the point where I'm like, yeah, I've read I listened to the initial videos and then I put up these articles and I'm trying to okay, they're gonna share screen. Shout out to StreamYard, man. Okay. I want y'all to see this one. She said, okay to listen. Yeah, no, it's some ignorant shit on World Star. And World Star hit the decline once oh dad, like Q dad. What was that? Q? Yeah, Q. Since he died, like no shit. But the thing is, World Star is like the Bible. It's like a lot of bullshit, you know, certain off-topic shit, a lot of white shit. But if somebody do something world changing, World Star gonna post that shit. So you just gotta go. It ain't like they got categories or nothing, but if something happened, like structures are found under the pyramids, World Star's gonna post that shit. Like there's somebody at World Star who has this lane. They just don't post, knockout videos and setups and murders and stuff like that. Like somebody at World Star is like part of the conscious community. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody at World Star subscribe to the argument league. All right, so here we go. Let me see this one. Foundation of Mulatto American Rights Activists. Peace, fam. Peace. I appreciate it. Yeah, good to see y'all too. Real talk. So this is the Daily Mail, right? We know their credibility. Saturday, March 29th. Okay, so this says this was actually updated on the 26th. So yeah, the, um, so it says scientists who made vast city discovery beneath Egypt's Giza pyramid claim it was built by long lost advanced civilization. How long have I been talking about long lost advanced civilizations? Graham Hancock. What's the other guy? Not no pseudo shit, not the alien shit, none of that shit. Because, like I said, I saw it on World Star. They found some structures. Now, guess what's on World Star now? Um, Something about aliens doing it. They never want to give black people or Africans or the people that predate their history credit. It's an alien. It's an alien. And maybe we do find out that we're aliens. Let's say we do find out we're from another fucking planet. But that's way over there to talk about. What we can prove is that these structures are here, these people were here, the history of these people is lost. I'm talking about even modern people, right? The people that still exist in these lands, they have no history that correlates with early Rome, early Greek. They like, we don't know who those people are. Knowing that they the people that who history you stole, the history you stole. So uh let's go. Let's see what this is. That's kind of close to the edge, ain't it? And you know what? Maybe I need to shrink it. Or maybe I need to enlarge it. Okay. Oh, no, that shit won't work. A purported vast underground city in Egypt is tens of thousands of years older than the Giza pyramid, scientists have shockingly claimed. Here we go. So now, out the first sentence, and who? Stacy Liberator for dating. Okay, what scientists? I understand. What scientists? And these linked to scientists. Maybe their names come up later on in the article. I don't know. Is my sound still good? Am I choppy or anything? Because, like I say, it's kind of playing on my end, right? But let me know. Um, and maybe that's an earlier. Scientists claim to have identified evidence of a city below the Khafre Pyramid, which is one of the three in the complex. The other two are the Khufu and the Menkaure. And the Khufu is the largest, right? And we talking about the Khafre Pyramid, Khafre Pyramid. So, and I got, okay, bet. Thanks, Angel. I gotta, I just gotta be astounded at the lack of, I don't want to say common sense, but the sense that, hey, there might have been a civilization that was smarter than what we are now, or at least in some ways, you know what I'm saying, organically or whatever. Like that's it. So it says if true, it would turn Egyptian and human history on its head through independent experts have called it outlandish and crazy talk. Now, how many things have we fucking discovered and came up with that would turn human history on its head, European history on its head, American history on its head? Like they're really trying to teach us that Africans walked around for modern humans walked around for hundreds of thousands of years. Remember that. Let me see. Well, I probably could use my phone. I don't gotta share everything. Um, when were modern humans? When did modern humans, quote unquote, evolve? Anybody know that off the top of their dome? Okay, so early modern human or anatomically modern human are terms used to distinguish Homo sapiens somehow. Sometimes Homo sapiens sapiens that are anatomically consistent with the range of phenotypes seen in contemporary humans. I mean, these are the people who are identical to the humans that we see right now, contemporary. From extinct archaic human species, of which some are at times also identified with, but only one prefix sapiens. Okay, so among the oldest known remains of Homo sapiens, which we all are Homo sapiens, right, are those found at the Omo Kabesh archaeological site in southwestern Ethiopia. Southwestern Ethiopia. dating to about 233,000 to 196,000 years ago. So, a modern human, like you're a modern human with the senses that you have, walk and talk and use tools and think about stuff, 233,000 years ago at least, because this is the oldest one they found, to one. So let's say, let's even go with the lowest number. So 196,000 years ago, there was a you walking around, and you didn't discover America until the white man came and built a boat. You for 100,000 years, 196,000 years, you never left Africa. You had no knowledge of any science. You had no knowledge of culture, no language, no clothing, no fucking transportation, no animal husbandry, no irrigation, no farming, no nothing, no nothing. And then in what, 6,000 years, white man has become Elon Musk, artificial robots. You were here for 196,000 years and never even built a boat that can cross the Atlantic Ocean. That's what they want you to believe, and you believe in it, and you believe in it. And then we found evidence in America and Europe and Asia and Africa and South America that hey, somebody was super intelligent tens of thousands of years ago. Oh, aliens or pseudo. It's not correct. So that's just fucking stupid, man. Um, Last week, researchers in Italy presented bombshell research with claim to have discovered multi-thousand foot tall wells and chambers underground beneath the Khafre pyramid. I know that's just a sentence to y'all. I know those are just words, but listen to that. Researchers, people who did research in Italy presented bombshell research with claim to have discovered multi-thousand foot tall. That means multiple thousand feet, 2,000 feet. Okay, tall wells and chambers underground beneath the Khafre pyramid, and the Khafre ain't even the largest pyramid. This is just what some researchers in Italy presented. The Giza pyramid, that's gonna look crazy on my screen. Oh, okay, it's gone. The Giza pyramids are believed to have been built around 4,500 years ago. So 4,500 years ago, and believe, right? We see evidence that they're also tens of thousands of years old, at least 10,000 years old. May not be 20,000 years old, but at least 10,000 years old. I believe they're old as shit. Okay. Um, Believed been built around 4,500 years ago and considered a remarkable feature, given their immense scale and the precision of the construction, which remains a mystery for the time period. We all done heard it, yada yada. It's so large, the accuracy of it. You can't copy it today with a laser or diamond tip or whatever, which should be shutting people up. But they just when you know you lying, nothing can shut you up because all you could do is just make up another lie or play stupid or say you don't have nothing or throw a question out there that's over the person that's giving you the information head and then say because you didn't know that, you don't know about this. No, talk about this. How is the pyramids, who even mainstream scientists, which we know mainstream science lies, and at sometimes are incorrect about information and will update themselves, but they hide truth. So the Giza pyramids are believed to have been built around 4,500 years ago and considered a remarkable feat given their immense scale, the size of them, and the precision of their construction. That means their alignment with the ground, their alignment with each other, the straightness of the lines, for such a distance, not being off a centimeter or however many degrees of a centimeter or some shit. Um, But, however, researchers behind the new study claim that the hidden structure spanning 4,000 feet
4,000 feet of structures up under the Caffrey Pyramid, which is not even the largest pyramid, are approximately 38,000 years old. They putting this out there. Okay, we can kick the information in the nuts, but why we ain't talking about this? Why are we talking about all this coon shit? Why are we talking about all this bullshit? Why are we talking about all this soft shit? And here we are with 4,000-foot structures dating back 38,000 years, according to some researchers in Italy, which predates the oldest known man made structure of its kind by tens of thousands of years. And this is Africa. If this was found in fucking Scotland, if this was found in fucking London, London City has 4,000 foot um tall wells and chambers. And come on, man. But nevertheless, people thought they knew everything, right? The super readers. The super readers brought all that information and just couldn't conceive that maybe there's something under the pyramid that would like destroy mainstream archaeology. When I said what is the terminology? Alternative archaeology. Motherfuckers laughed. There's mainstream archaeology and there's an alternative archaeology, which is done by some of the same people who do mainstream archaeology. They just don't come to the consensus or the conclusion that mainstream does. They can see the logic in mainstream, but then they'll see some information and say, hey, we kind of got to admit that there were an intelligent group of people in Africa way before we even existed. We kind of might want to start giving these guys credit and fucking telling the truth. You discovered America. You knew about Asia. You knew about Australia. Your DNA is all over the world. Your signs are all over the world. Your symbolism is all over the world. What? New Earth calls them scientific penguins. Scientific penguins. Yeah, I ain't heard that. I ain't heard that, but I'll be around. I'm sure I had. However, research behind the new study claimed that the hidden structures, spanning 4,000 feet, are approximately 38,000 years old, which predates the oldest known man-made structure of its kind by tens of thousands of years. The team has based its claim, right? The team of researchers from Italy has based these claims on ancient Egyptian texts that they interpreted as historical records of a pre-existing civilization that was destroyed during a cataclysmic event. Whoa. Remember, I didn't read this. I haven't went through this. I promise. I was setting up the stream and I said, go ahead, let me pull up some articles on it. And of course, the Daily News was one of them, and I got another one. So now here we are talking about a cataclysmic event. The Younger Dryas, the Younger Dryas, 12,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. What was it? Let me get that. Yeah, Younger Dryas period. 12,900 years ago. So that's what, 10,900 BCE, 10,900 BCE, where it shows evidence of some type of cataclysmic event that rose temperatures and dropped temperatures so fucking rapidly things froze and things flooded, and a large part of the world paid the price for it and had to seek refuge back in more safe areas. Yeah, but y'all wouldn't know about that because the people who got the light, the people who got the mic, they don't they don't put that out there. They don't dig into that. They don't want to do that work. Mm. So, um, The team has based these claims on an ancient Egyptian text. So they found they had a text, Ben had a text that they interpreted as historical records of a pre-existing civilization that was destroyed during a cataclysmic event. Professor Lawrence, there we go. Professor Lawrence Conyers, a radar expert at University Angelica Diallo called it. And of course you gonna keep reading because you know I stop and talk so much. I do the same thing. Let's go. So, Professor Lawrence Kanye is a radar expert at the University of Denver who focuses on archaeology and was not involved in the study, told DailyMail.com that is a really outlandish idea. Wow, the only motherfucking professor that they give the name wasn't even part of the study and is against it. That is a really outlandish idea. Okay, so hold on. Let's go. He added that at a time in human history, people were mostly living in caves. 38,000 years ago, people did not start living in what we now call cities until about 9,000 years ago, he said. There were a few large villages before that, but those only go back a few thousand years from that time. Wow, such a bold claim. So now, with the structures found under the pyramid, would he shut the fuck up? Let me see. I believe I know who the university professor is. She did an interview with Neil deGrasse Tyson sometime last year. Okay, bet. Well, yeah. Hopefully, sometimes these reports will start naming people instead of just a group of researchers in Italy. Appear to be vertical shafts. Descends the depth of more than 2,100 feet. Eight vertically aligned cylindrical structures arranged in two parallel rows from north to south. Not only has the claims been criticized by scientists, which they should criticize them, but give it a fair chance. Check it out. Check it out. Shout out to Shay Bro. That's a fact. So radar don't lie, numbers don't lie, people do. So not only have the claims been criticized by scientists, but also the state of Egypt itself. Of course, Dr. Zahia was Egypt Hawiz, however the fuck he pronounced it. Egypt's former Minister of Antiquities told the National the entire study was completely wrong and lacked any scientific basis. What the fuck? The entire study was completely wrong. Anybody who used those type of absolutes are fucking lying. They're insane. No part of the study was right. The entire study, not a part of the study was completely wrong, or a part of the study was partially wrong. The entire study was completely wrong and lacked any scientific basis. Any. So they just went in there with fucking cartoon and body paint, I guess, and just fucking no scientific tools, no scientific processes, nothing. You they did not at least observe it, which is part of the method, the scientific method. They didn't observe it. Like, come on, man. The work by, here we go. The work by Corrado Malanga from Italy's. Let me look this soon to be assassinated person up. Let me see. Let me see if this even a person that they that did the research. 74 years old. Let me see. Who is he? Just say Italian. I guess we could go to academia.edu and see if we got some information on him. And yeah, so who the fuck is he? That's what I'm trying to see. Obviously, he's Ringo Research, University of Pisa. Okay. So the work by Corrado Malinga from Italy's University of Pisa, Filippo Biondi, with the University of Strathclyde in Scotland, and Egyptologist Armando Meh, has not yet been published in a scientific journal for the review of independent experts. So let's get that done, right? And that's one of the ways that they discredit it, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. They say, oh, it ain't been published so that independent experts can look at it. Okay, cool. But let's get it done. The team has held two press conferences in Italy to discuss the research. They claim to have identified the hidden structure using radar pulses to create high resolution images deep into the ground beneath the structure, the same way sonar radar is used to map the ocean depths. Independent science, independent scientists said the techniques used are legitimate, but the results are unverifiable due to the way the data is presented. So now let's go back to when Zahi Hawass says the entire study was completely wrong and lacked any scientific basis. But now down here it says that independent science says the techniques that are used are legitimate. So at least some part of the study was correct. But then they will print that no part of it was. But the results are unverifiable due to the way the data is presented. Okay. Tell me more. They are using all kind of fancy proprietary data analyst software, said Professor Collins. Okay. The radar expert also noted that it is not possible for technology to penetrate that deeply into the ground, making the idea of an underground city a huge exaggeration. Okay, bet. However, Professor Conyer suggested that it is conceivable small structures such as shafts and chambers may exist beneath the pyramids. May exist. We still don't know if that exists. Having been there before the pyramids were built because the site was special to ancient people. He highlighted how the Mayans and other people in ancient Mesoamerica often built pyramids on top of entrances to caves or caverns that had ceremonial significance to them. Okay, so now you know you done fucked up, right? So now here we have in Egypt people building pyramids over very important sites, very sentimental sites. And here we have the same thing in Mesoamerica. That these people come up with the technique of building pyramids over important sites simultaneously, independent of each other? Or do you think this is one culture that spread it around the world? How do you have people in Africa building pyramids and people in Mesoamerica building pyramids with the intent of covering up significant locations that are important to them? Wouldn't that give some type of weight, any weight to the fact that maybe they knew, maybe they knew about each other, maybe they was the same people, maybe Africans came into America, maybe Americans came into Africa. The team told the DailyMail.com that they used guidance from ancient texts to not only find the structures but also date them to pre-existing civilization. So now you have a writing that's just like Herodotus. And one of Herodotus' writings, it said there's a fallen city of gold here. And scientists took that, went and looked and found it. So they gave Herodotus all of this legitimacy, right? In his recordation of history. So now here they are saying, yeah, we got an Egyptian text that told us this should be here, and we found it. So let's go. Shout out to Angelica. Thank you, sis. Um, so we gonna have to see, right? We're gonna have to see. The team identified 8 descending wells about 33 to 39 feet in diameter. 33 to 39 feet in diameter. That means the hole in the ground. Imagine a 38, 39 foot hole in the ground. That's the width of the pillar. That's 4,000 feet. What did they say it was? Was it 4,000 feet below the ground or was the pillars 4,000 feet tall? Structure spanning 4,000 in feet. The structures are spanning. So do that mean they have 4,000 like feet of room across the ground, or are they 4,000 feet tall? Let me see, because I think I seen another number about 2,100 or something. Let me check it out. This motherfucker said everything was wrong. They said nothing right. That shit is crazy to me, man. And that's the illustration. Yeah, boy. Okay, so let me see. Extending at least 2,130 feet below the surface. So they can't be 4,000 feet tall. Right image shows the whales, and right features points on where they are located under the pyramid. Okay. Mm. So this is the pyramid from a top angle. The pyramid from a top angle. And these, see how they draw on the line? That means there's something right here. It's something here. It's something here. They picking up structures under the ground of a significant size. And they showing you, boom, 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 where they found them at. They said chapter 149 of the Book of the Dead describes 14 dwellings of the divine, which team interprets as describing remnants of an advanced civilization existing before dynastic Egypt. Before dynastic Egypt. Um, Nicole Chicola, the project spokesperson, said the team also used the Turn Kings list or royal canon, which is an ancient Egyptian document that features the name of kings, including gods and demigods who supposedly ruled Egypt before the first recorded dynasties. Researchers believe that the gods and demigods were actually living kings long before the first recorded pharaohs. Uh, Chicola, said these ancient texts provide a whole series of references that pre-existing civilization lived in the region before a cataclysmic event. The event is the theory that a massive asteroid hit the Earth, causing global climate change and extinction worldwide. And that's what the Younger Dryas period is describing. The event is a theory that a massive asteroid hit the Earth, causing global climate change and extinction worldwide. While ice cores in Greenland and other geological data in the Atlantic Ocean point to such an event, scientists have largely dismissed it due to never finding an asteroid crater. Whoa. So the ice cores in Greenland and other geological data in the Atlantic Ocean point to such an event, but because they haven't found a crater, which a crater like a crater could be filled in, right? A crater could be as large as a country. A crater could be under the fucking ocean. And we have craters. And we have craters. We have huge craters on fucking Earth. So let me see. Largest crater found on Earth. The Verifort crater in South Africa is the Earth's largest confirmed impact crater with an estimated diameter of up to 186 miles. So we have a crater in South Africa that's 186 miles. And they say this formed around 2 billion years ago. That's probably why they not trying to give it no credibility in the Younger Dryas. Okay, but the shit that could be an exaggeration. Billions of years. You know they like to throw shit out so fucking far. It's like, yeah, like no. Dinosaurs walked with man. It wasn't millions of years ago. Sorry. Sorry, you got caught. So I could a part of me believes that they're lying about that billion, but I have to take it for what it is, you know. But how large of a crater do you need to destroy the Earth? Um, how big of an asteroid can destroy Earth. Potentially wiping out human civilization. Um, Hold on, it said an asteroid around 0.62 miles in diameter could potentially trigger global scale damage, potentially wiping out human civilization, while an asteroid of 60 miles wide could wipe out all life on Earth. So so a 60-mile asteroid could wipe out all life on Earth, and we have a 186-mile asteroid crater impact. Okay. Um. So they dismissed it because they didn't find no asteroid crater. At the end of the wells were massive rectangular enclosures, each measuring approximately 260 feet per side. According to the researchers, each of these enclosures contain four shafts that extend from the top and descend downward. Wow. Okay. Okay. Descend downward. All right. Let that load. Researchers believe that there are other structures reaching more than 4,000 feet below the surface. The scans captured structures extended along the northern side with a tuning fork shape. With a tuning fork shape. Okay. And also know we talked about fucking acoustic levitation, using sound as energy to move things and possibly shape things and restructure things. To conduct the new study, researchers used a method to see below the Caffrey Pyramid. They beamed radar pulses from two satellites in space down to the pyramid and analyzed how the signals bounced back. The signals were converted into sound waves to create 3D images of hidden underground structures, including eight descending wells about 33 to 39 feet in diameter that extended at least 2,130 feet below the surface. The results are captured. The results also capture staircase-like structures wrapping around each of the eight wells, which Chicolo said appeared to serve as access points to the underground systems. At the end of the wells were massive rectangular enclosures, each measuring approximately 260 feet per side. According to researchers, each of these enclosures contain four shafts that extend from the top and descend downward. During the news briefing released Saturday, the researchers also said that water systems have been identified beneath the platform, located more than 2,100 feet below the Caffrey Pyramid, with underground pathways leading even deeper into the earth. The team believes there is an entire hidden world of many structures more than 4,000 feet below the pyramid. Of course, that's an exaggeration. That don't mean a hollow earth. That don't mean a whole other world. When we magnify the images in the future, we will reveal that beneath it lies what can only be described as a true underground city, said Corrado Malanga from the Italy's University of Pisa in a statement translated in English. Okay. And however, Dr. Hawaz, of course, he says the claim of using radar inside the pyramid is false and the techniques employed are neither scientifically approved nor validated. Okay. Shout out to him. The team said while they have the utmost respect for Egyptologists, their findings are based on objective measurements obtained through advanced radar signal processing. They use radar to generate high resolution pseudo tomographic images of the subsurface, which provided valuable insights into the underground research. Underground structures. Why did I say research? The data was acquired using advanced Doppler tomography, a technique that reconstructs subsurface images based on a change in frequency of scattered signals. This method has shown to be effective in detecting vertical shafts and identifying structural anomalies. Cool, cool. And I had one from Euronews. What happened to that? Maybe, now let me share this one. And maybe it just repeats the same thing the other one does. Maybe it doesn't. Okay. Shout out to the beautiful pyramid. Gotta see him. Gotta see him. A heated debate has erupted amongst Egyptologists after researchers claim to have found an underground city beneath the pyramids of Giza. Is the discovery based on radar images, groundbreaking, or exaggerated? Italian researchers led by Professor Corrado Malango from the University of Pisa say there, yeah, you see how they get right to it? Say they've uncovered a vast underground network beneath the Egyptian pyramids. They claim the radar images show massive vertical shafts, uh, spiral staircases, channels resembling. Can y'all see the writing? I don't want y'all to think I'm like that. Um, Resembling pipelines for a water system and a hidden world of structures more than 2,000 feet beneath the surface. They even suggest that the legendary Hall of Records, a purported library tied to ancient. Was I supposed to go over or down to get the rest of it? Or was I supposed to click and subscribe to something? What I do? Oh, tied to ancient Egyptian lore collide within the underground complex. And that's it. That's all they got on it. Yeah, Oscar winners right here. Any type of something. Oh, no. Okay. I guess that's just what it is. But yeah, so hold on to your hats and let's see how people who once lied and got, you know, and tried to laugh motherfuckers out the box. Let's see how well they are at saying at receiving correction, at correcting themselves. Okay. And then watch how motherfuckers say, no, I've been said that. I didn't disagree with you. I've been said that. I didn't disagree with you. Yes, 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 yes. Um, okay, and then this was what I wanted to see. Okay, this one said AI overview. Y'all adapted to that yet? Scientists have made light behave like a supersolid, a rare state of matter that is both rigid and fluid-like, by using quantum techniques to manipulate photons in a semiconductor platform, opening new avenues for understanding this exotic phase of matter. Let's see. What is a supersolid? A state of matter that exhibits both the property of solid and a superfluid, frictionless flow, ordered structure. Now, remember when we had that conversation about expanding civilization to other planets and how far other planets are out and you can't travel that fast? Well, voila. Here we are. And I said, this is one thing that I don't get. How do a bunch of atheists who depend on science not see how science has increased, evolved? One day we had a car that could go 20 miles an hour. And then one day we had a car that could fucking break the sound barrier in the fucking sky. You know what I'm saying? Like one day you got a fucking a chain bike, and then one day you got a fucking fighter pilot, jet. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just amazes me, man, how the people that lean on science just have little faith in science. I know that science information will be discovered and we will create ways of being able to transport matter from one space over a distance to another without destroying it, whether it's deatomizing or um, turning into a superfluid or whatever it is. How was light made to behave like a supersolid? Researchers used a semiconductor platform with microscopic ridges and fired a laser into it, generating hybrid light matter particles called polaritons. As the number of photons increased, they formed a pattern known as satellite condensates, which had the same energy but opposite wave numbers, leading to a distinct spatial structure, an indicator of supersolidity. Why is this significant? The discovery challenges long held ideas about energy and matter, showing that light can adopt unusual quantum states and could lead to new technologies in quantum computing and information storage. While supersolidity has been observed in Bose-Einstein condensates formed when a gas of atoms is cooled to near absolute zero, this is the first time it has been demonstrated in light. So I guess remember when I was showing um how they have that it's like a little disc that floats above this track. They freeze the disc and then they put it above this track and they can like hold it in place and turn it left and right and it doesn't move. And then they can push it and it stays along that track in that same what's the name? That might be what, quantum freezing or something. Yeah, they want to keep you down, man. They want to keep you down. They want to keep you down. Look at that, quantum freeze. Boom, boom, boom. They freeze it like. Has Psychopaths and them talked about this yet? Has Cuba and them talked about this yet? Are these the type of topics that you get on Solar Vision Debate League? I mean, have fun, enjoy the challenge, but damn, when are we gonna grow up and actually have, you know, some groundbreaking shit? Let me see. Quantum locking. Okay, that's what it is. They call that quantum locking. I'm gonna say quantum locking train. Okay. So now let's watch this. Okay. Let's definitely just expand that full size. So hopefully y'all can see.
Pi radians, and connect them again, you will have a Mobius strip, a mathematically non-orientable surface with only one boundary. Now you can travel along the red side to the green without going over the edge. If you twist the end again for a total of 360 degrees or 2 pi radians, you will have a twisted loop. You again can't get from the red side to the green side. If you twist the end a third time for a total of 540 degrees or 3 pi radians, you will again have a Mobius strip. Our demonstration is a 3 pi Mobius strip track. By the time the superconductor has gone around the loop once, it has rotated 540 degrees about its own axis. This animation shows you how to twist a loop 540 degrees to get a 3 pi Mobius strip track.
You see that? There you go. There you go. So now the thing is locked up on the track. And let me go to one that's more simply, more simply. Was the one I was just okay? That's that one. Let me present this window. Now what I'm trying to do is get to, and that was 8 years ago, right? Uh, I think that's a good one. I just want to see which other one. Let's go to this one.
Okay, everyone, today I'm going to be showing you the quantum locking experiment. Now, this is one of the coolest experiments, in my opinion, that I've ever done on my channel. So first I'm going to show the quantum locking in action, and it's really amazing. And then afterwards, I'm going to be taking some time to explain how it works. And it's going to be a little bit long, but I think I've made it understandable to a general audience, even if you don't have Get it even closer. Notice how it's not touching, but I can push the superconductor by touching the magnet. It's like it's gripped onto it. So now I'm going to place it on this track that just has rows of neodymium magnets so that these are opposite poles. So what it does is it creates a symmetric magnetic field in this direction, but not in this direction. Now watch what we can do. Okay, now watch this.
Dope, right? Okay. Yeah. Let me put this back over here. Yep. So there we go, man. So shout out to y'all for coming through, man. Shout out to Taz, John, Shabo, Angelica, Diallo. We had Foundational Mulatto American Rights Activist. I forgot your name, but PCU. And shout out to who was in there first. Yeti Black and Astro, man. Shout out to y'all. So underneath the pyramids, there are structures up to 4,000 feet. Says these the Malanga, the Professor Malanga from the University of Pisa. We are now making light act as a super solid, which is a solid and a fluid, a hyperfluid, superfluid. Um, Yeah, bro. Ancient civilizations, advanced technology, uh, tens of thousands of years old, in Africa, in South America, showing the unification of intelligence. Like, come on, man. We gotta stop thinking that we were just dumb people just living in caves eating slugs. That's not our history in this time frame. I'm sure some people lived in caves at some point in time. I'm sure. And I'm also sure that some people stay in very sophisticated cities and they're hiding that. They're lying about that. Meanwhile, they pushing mainstream archaeology, which dates the earth to this time and oh, this never happened, this isn't possible. And Africans just walked around in circles for 196,000 years, possibly more, 233,000 years, as anatomically correct modern humans, and never fucking built a boat that could pass over the Atlantic Ocean. But they had boats that passed through larger bodies of water in Central Africa. Man, man, nowhere in the building. Shout out to you, sis. Shout out to you, shout out to you, shout out to you, shout out to you. You already know. Nobody in the building. Yeah, so I feel a little bit of, exonerated, of people claiming that I was pseudo and ignorant and stupid and all of this other stuff. No, you're just super readers and you really don't know how. Miss Chantel, shout out to you. Shout out to you, family. And it's just the critical thinking skills, bro. Like we got to get better at it, man. We got to get better at it. There's too much similarity in the cultures spanning over different continents: Asia, Europe, America, Australia, Africa, different countries. And I don't see, especially how Black people who call themselves super readers don't compile this information and present it. We have to stop believing that we just waited around until white men discovered clothing and language and math and science, and that the world was a globe, and boats and astrology and medicine. We gotta stop doing that. And it's not a racist rhetoric. You saying stop lying about African history is not saying I hate you, you deserve to die. None of that. It's just simply saying you're pushing an antiquated message that people got caught lying about a long time ago. A long time ago. We've been here. We were smarter than this. We're now depending on or artificial intelligence instead of organic intelligence. The structures up under the pyramid are organic intelligence. You're just lining up ores, different ores, rocks, and metals in positions, just like they do with your cell phone. They just they just align different metals and rocks in positions of certain sizes, and you can talk through it. It retains information. It shares video. These rocks been around. They didn't invent a new rock to invent the phone. Silicon been around. And when you look at a lot of these structures, there's this granite or granite-like stone. That's silicon. So I'm excited. I can't wait to see what they do with this information. Hopefully, Zari Hawaz just get the fuck out of the way and let us finally get this information, bro. They lied to us about global history. The dates are wrong. The assumption that people intelligence, people tools were wrong. And please don't bring up aliens. Nobody came down here and built this structure for us. Africans built this structure. tens of thousands of years ago. We've been dumbed down, people, and now we've regressed in intelligence, and now we're being impressed with the bullshit like information. Like, come on, man. The Egyptians were studying death. You don't start studying death until you've mastered irrigation. Like, come on, man. So that's it, man. Hopefully that starts a discussion, man. I'll be back. I'll put the link out there. We can see if we can get the boys together. I know it was like unannounced and like in the middle of the fucking work schedule and everything, but hey, I was off and this information was there to be presented, and so that's what I wanted to do, man. Black power to y'all, man. Y'all keep your head up so y'all see the bullshit coming. And man, you all just stay true, man. Stay true, consistent, and accept correction. I mean, you all progress in lanes that you have a passion for because work is work, but it ain't got to be torture. This the boy Swab Boss, man. Shout out to the ALI. This is the Argument League. Black Power, we gone.